Marine anodes, also called sacrificial anodes, are pieces of metal attached to underwater parts of a boat like propellers, engines, prop shafts, and trim tabs. Their job is simple: corrode first so the rest of the metal on your boat doesn't. And how they wear can tell you a lot about what's happening underwater. In this video, we'll cover some of the most common questions boat owners run into with anodes, including material selection, fast wear, no wear, overprotection, and why the wrong setup can leave your boat unprotected even when everything looks normal. Zinc, aluminum, or magnesium. Your environment matters. Aluminum works in both salt and brackish water. Zinc only works in salt water. And magnesium is designed for fresh water only. Use the wrong material, and the anode may stop protecting altogether, even if it still looks perfectly fine. For example, zinc can become passive in fresh water. A hard coating forms on the surface, blocking the protective reaction underneath, so even though the anode still looks intact, it may not be protecting anything at all. Choosing the right material keeps the protection system active. Why aren't your anodes wearing? A lot of boat owners assume that if anodes still look new, everything must be working perfectly. In fact, the opposite is true. Anodes only work when there's a complete electrical path between the anode and the metal it's protecting. Paint, corrosion buildup, or even a loose installation can interrupt that connection. And once the connection is broken, the anode can't do its job. That's why clean contact surfaces and tight installation matter. Why are your anodes wearing out so fast? Fast anode wear usually means the system is working harder than normal. That extra demand can come from stray current, marina power leakage, nearby boats, coating failure, or changes in water conditions. So, rapid wear isn't always a defect. Sometimes it's an early warning sign. Catching those problems early can prevent expensive corrosion damage later. Can you paint anodes? Short answer, no. Anodes need direct exposure to the water to function. Even a thin coat of paint can insulate the surface and stop the protective current from flowing. While painting nearby components is fine, the anode itself should always remain completely exposed. Do more anodes mean more protection? Not necessarily. In fact, too many anodes can create problems of their own. If bonding between components is poor, adding more anodes doesn't help because the protective current still can't reach the metal that needs protection, and oversized systems can actually overprotect the boat. Signs of overprotection include lifting paint around metal fittings and hard white deposits forming on propellers or shafts. A properly sized, properly connected system will always perform better than simply adding more metal. Can you mix zinc, aluminum, and magnesium? You shouldn't. Different anode materials have different activity levels. Magnesium is the most active, followed by aluminum, then zinc. When mixed together, the most active metal sacrifices itself first, often protecting the other anodes instead of protecting your boat. The result is uneven wear, wasted protection, and sometimes excessive current in the system. The best approach is consistency. Match the anode material to the water type and keep the system uniform. Aren't all anodes the same? Two anodes can look identical and behave completely differently underwater. The difference comes down to alloy quality. Marine anodes are engineered to produce a specific electrical potential. Poor quality alloys can create inconsistent protection, reduced performance, or unpredictable wear. Those problems are difficult to spot until corrosion starts appearing somewhere else on the boat. Consistent alloy quality means more reliable protection. Do freshwater boats need anodes? Absolutely. Corrosion isn't only a saltwater problem. Freshwater is less conductive, but galvanic corrosion still happens. The difference is that freshwater requires a more active material to produce protection, which is why magnesium is typically recommended. Even boats that never leave freshwater still need corrosion protection. How often should you replace anodes? There's no universal schedule. Anode life depends on water salinity, temperature, marina conditions, time in the water, and electrical activity around the boat. Some boats burn through anodes quickly, others barely wear them at all. That's why inspection matters more than the calendar. As a general rule, replace anodes once they're around 50% consumed. Waiting too long can leave important components unprotected. Final thoughts. Anodes are one of the few components on a boat designed to slowly disappear over time. But that wear is telling you a story. Fast wear, no wear, uneven wear, they are all signals about the environment around your boat and the condition of the protection system itself. Understanding those signals helps turn corrosion protection from routine maintenance into informed maintenance. And that can save far more than the cost of an anode.